Nightmare Before Christmas on 4K Blu-ray. Wow. This is going to be my review of the actual disc and also what I think of the movie, going through parts I like, stuff I noticed, stuff I've always wondered about all the times I've seen it, and yeah, let's do it. All right off the bat, I want to talk about the difference between the 4K and the Blu-ray. So first of all, the Blu-ray did not look bad. It's just that the 4K looks the very best that this movie's ever looked. I feel like the 4K is like the actual correct lighting. I don't want to like insult the Blu-ray like that, but the 4K feels like the correct lighting, and the Blu-ray felt more like Space Mountain with the lights on. Like it felt like I was just looking at little toys that were overly lit up when looking at the Blu-ray compared to the 4K. The 4K, the lighting, it's like the lighting is better with the HDR. And on the 4K, the blacks are more black, and on the Blu-ray, the blacks are more, they're like a grayish. So like I said, the Blu-ray is not bad. It's just that the 4K is the absolute best this movie has ever looked. So I think that just emphasized that like this is the kind of upgrade that you do if you're a big fan of this movie and you're going to watch it a lot, because it's like they've taken just like a little like film off, or there's like something that was like covering it up before, that you're looking through and that you're losing detail, and it's like they've removed that. And so I feel like with the 4K I'm seeing the complete ultimate detail of this movie. And I love the score. So I love the score and also all the musical numbers in here. I feel like Danny Elfman's voice when he's doing Jack's singing voice, it just reminds me of Oingo Boingo, the Dead Man's Party. I feel like Jack Skellington is basically singing the Oingo Boingo song. So I love his singing voice. You can't really see it on the phone here, but with the HDR, these flames, they looked awesome and they really popped. And there's several other parts throughout the movie that I feel like the HDR really made a difference. All right, we're going to go through this thing and I'm going to talk about stuff I noticed and stuff I like it's a book club and it's my turn to talk. So the mayor's starting to give out the Halloween awards, and here's his first award that he gives out.
Our first award goes to the vampires for most blood drained in a single evening.
Yay, vampires draining blood. So if at the beginning of this movie there's like the circle of trees, and then each holiday has its own like doorway, and that forest is pretty close to Halloween Town. And so I've kind of waffled back and forth on this. So are all of the different holiday towns like just on like normal Earth, and then like is the whole world inside of Halloween Town? Like is that all like Halloweeny stuff, or does each tree doorway lead to the holiday town, but then all of the different holidays like service the actual Earth? And so later when Jack is singing about Mr. Unlucky in Kentucky and all that, I've always thought that line was kind of stupid, because I'm just like, why is he singing about that? But maybe it's because the different holiday towns they actually go to real Earth. So I think it's weird, because I've always thought of the Halloween Town as almost like Halloween World, basically, and it was just all Halloween there. But if they are draining blood in a single evening, and they're like, who are they haunting? It's like, I guess they're haunting the rest of the people. So the people in that town that Jack goes to at the end to deliver the presents and scare everybody, where the police is driving around canceling Christmas, classic police move. So those same houses, are those the same houses that like these people like do Halloween stuff at? Are they draining those people's blood, and are people trick-or-treating at those houses? Or is it just like, is that town like always about Christmas? So is that whole world just as excited about Christmas as the Christmas Town people are? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, look at Sally's eyes right here. Okay, when she pops around, look at her eyes. Do you see that? So her eyes, like she's creeping after Jack, she's watching him, and if you look at her pupils, it all of a sudden just like goes bigger and smaller real quick. So it's just like they're portraying a very subtle emotion with the claymation on her eyes, and I never noticed that on the Blu-ray. I didn't notice it in theaters, And so that was a very cool, tiny detail that they put in there. So that's one thing I love about like claymation, is just the meticulous handmade detail. Every single thing in frame, somebody put there on purpose, and I love it. And so if rewind back in the video and watch her eyes to see the little, like the slight pupil move, is very cool. Have you ever noticed that before? I love this shot so much. I love how the camera kind of like it kind of moves this way like this, and then kind of moves sideways as the weird creepy little spiral hill unravels. But look at that. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. There's a lot of movement in this movie that I think just adds to like the skill of the stop animation, because it would be so easy to just have the camera there and then just do stop animation in front of it. But so many times in this movie, the camera's moving or tracking or panning or zooming out while there's things in frame moving. So I think of the meticulous detail that they'd have to do to move that camera while doing all the individual claymation moves. So very incredible artistry and talent in this movie.
Jack,
there's a politician, a two-faced politician. All right, it's not going to show up on my camera, but these snowflakes are so bright and poppy. Looks so good with the HDR. This really is a difference on this part. Same thing with this little town. It's like majestic. It's like glowing. It's amazing. This part when he loses his balance while holding that snowball, and then he throws it right here. I always imagine someone in town just getting pegged in the face with this giant snowball, and I wish they would show that. It happens in my head every time. So this is just something I noticed this time. So this is during the What Is This song, and it's showing all the creepy little elf people set up their Christmas. And look at their outlet. Look at that. Like the two-prong adapter and the like multiple things in there. That's just a very familiar Christmas sight, I think, right there. Also, while we're looking at this guy, this is throughout the whole show. If you see that he's like twisting his body, and then he's going to twist forward and plug it in. But if you look at his body, it looks like the little clay model's been like twisted, and it's caused these wrinkles. And so it's fun to watch on the various characters the signs for like the claymation like usage, like when the creepy guy that made Sally is talking, and when his lips are like snarling, you can almost see that his lips look like they're straining, like they're like cracking around the edges because they're moving them so much. Anyway, I love to see that detail in claymation, and just imagine like the wear and why it's wrinkling like that is because they've been twisting it like this so much. So cool detail. And frog's breath.
Things more suspicious than frog's breath.
Of course, nothing's more suspicious than frog's breath. Look at this little skeleton hanging on this tree in the background. Right there. Right here, look at him. That's an awesome detail. This is so weird. Tim Burton's weirdo. This little skeleton hanging on trees, just like scratching his head. It's like weird little detail. There's so many little things happening in here that are very odd and curious and interesting. Apparently they straight up have the Grim Reaper in this town. Jeez. I love all the hints of Sally's theme that you can hear throughout the movie. Like she's giving him this little care basket, and it just plays her song in the background without the lyrics. Her song is my favorite part in the whole movie, so I love listening for it. I love listening for it to show up in the movie, and I love the nighttime band that's always out. I guess it's always nighttime there, but I mean it's not always, but they're always out just jamming, just their like smooth, creepy jazz music. Here they are. Love these guys. Just some nighttime walk, easy listening. Do you know what's the most creepy thing in this whole movie, in my opinion? this creepy little kid, his mom or whatever this is carrying him around like on a leash, and he's got like rotting spots on his skin and his eyes are sewn closed. I don't know, this kid is like the stuff of nightmares. That thing, look at that. That thing's horrifying. It really creeps me out. How does this movie have such a beautiful and such an uncomfortable aesthetic at the same time? It's like an emotional battle for my senses when I watch this movie, between like, ugh, everything's so scary and creepy, and just like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and detailed. All right, the clown with the deep voice is also pretty terrifying. But imagine this. Maybe you've done this. Maybe you've had this at a school project or a work project where everybody's working, and then you have this coworker. Wait for it. This guy. What's he doing? What's going on here? These guys are sawing something, and he's hitting a chain on there. Yeah, I think he's probably trying to get the melody, and he's trying to get the chain sound in the music, but like, don't be this guy at work in school where you're just like, everyone else is working and you're like, I'm gonna just swing this chain around. Anyway, this clown totally sucks, and he deserves what's coming to him. Blink and you miss it. Stupid clown. Oh yeah, all these oogie boogie scenes with the like black light glowing, they look really good on the 4K as well. This is this weird line.
As thick as jelly brains.
What the heck? This fog's as thick as jelly brains. It's like screechy voice. That guy sounds like he should be in Monsters Inc. or something. This is my favorite song. Love this. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. I love this song. So a little side note on this song. I love this song so much that I asked my mom teaches piano, and I asked her to write out the notes of this song in like simple notes where it says the letter so I could play it. And I just had that sheet of paper because she had like the blank music paper with the lines where she could write in the notes. Anyway, she wrote in the notes for me and wrote what letters they were. So I had this paper of this sheet music of Sally's song, and I played that over and over and over and over. I wonder if I have that paper somewhere. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years, but I love this song, and I love playing the song to myself on the piano and humming the song, and it's beautiful. I watched a video of Catherine O'Hara in like way after the fact performing the song live. It was very cool. She's the voice of Sally. And also there's a Jay Leno recording of Amy Lee from Evanescence performing this song, and it is way cool. So I think those are my two favorite live versions of this song. All right, I've always thought this part is so stupid. Listen to what this guy says. Although the imposter has been shut down, it looks like Christmas will be canceled this year. What are you... Christmas canceled? I've always thought that's so stupid. And the little kid inside of me is like, no, I'm going to rebel and have Christmas anyway. But it's like, you need Santa to have Christmas? Like, what? Families can't have... My wife's like, so everyone has to go to work the next day? Like, what? Anyway. Christmas canceled? Come on. That's stupid. I like this part where Jack in the song realizes who he is.
Jack, the Pumpkin King.
And I love the emotion in his voice. Boop, right here. It's so awesome. But I like this song also because, like I said, this is like where he's realizing who he truly is. He's Jack, the Pumpkin King. And he doesn't need to be anything else or try to take anyone else's holiday. He's got his holiday. And so he rips off the Santa Claus. Anyway, Santa Claus and is himself. But I also like that so after this part, he's all like angry and he's like, I'm going to scare people and I'm going to be Jack. But then he stops and he's like, oh, I wonder if I can still like fix this problem I've caused. So I think that's cool. Jack's a good hero. And then something most inexplicably ridiculous happens that I just can't wrap my head around. I think this movie, like all the portals in this movie, are basically just plot conveniences because I can't think of any sense or order besides the fact that when he goes through this tomb thing, it pops out on another tomb thing, but I don't know about that. Right here.
Right.
It's like he doesn't even have to try.
Santa Claus.
Just like, here we go. What?
You wait till Jack.
So you can go through the secret tree portal in the forest, and then you can also just go through a random like rave place. Like I don't know about this. he can go from Christmas Town to Halloween Town, or from real world to or he didn't go through the Christmas Town portal because he's not in Christmas Town anymore. He's just in normal place. So maybe in normal Earth, he does have all these secret, scary places that transfer him back to Halloween Town. There you go. And then I guess all the other holidays have their secret doors that go back to their secret town. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm good. I'm good with it. Here comes heroic Jack right here. He's a great hero in this part. I love it. Right here. Look at him. So this is kind of a weird thing, actually. So Jack the Pumpkin King, King of Halloween, the Oogie Boogie Scary Bug Man. But like Jack is saving people from this guy is he just like too Halloween-y? It's like Jack's just like the right amount of Halloween-y, and then Oogie Boogie's like he's like too scary and villainous and Halloween-y, so he has to like rescue them. It's kind of weird. There's like different levels of, I guess Jack's a good guy. I don't know. It's weird. My wife pointed out too that at the end of this scene, Santa just like does the nose thing and just flies out of here, and she's like, "Why didn't you just do that before? Why was he so easy to capture?" Santa flies over and makes snow, and so the holidays can coexist and respect each other. How nice. I love this Sally's song reprise, or however you pronounce that. Look at this. Aww.
For it is plain as anyone can see.
Anyway, I think this part's adorable. They don't have a ton of screen time, so it's almost like this movie was them just like barely getting to know each other or something. But I like this part. I think this part's touching. I think it's the perfect like musical reprise to her theme that's been going the whole time, and now they're singing together. And is question, is this a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? I think it's both. Okay, so the movie ends, it fades to black, and what do we see? A single star. All right, I'm gonna go out on a pretty obvious limb here. So the story ends with showing a single star in the sky, kind of like the new star for Christmas. I think that single star is a little nod to Jesus. I don't know if there's any other interpretation that there could be. I think it's a Christmas, it's part of the Christmas portion of this movie, and the star's just like, book. We know. That's my opinion. That's my English major interpretation thereof. Anyway, I shall say this 4K is incredible. The HDR, the detail, the black levels, the sound seemed a little bit more robust. It's supposedly the same audio track, but it felt a little more full. I don't know if that's just placebo or what, but this is a very good upgrade, and this is the most clear version of the movie, so I really liked it. Anyway, what do you think of this movie? Are you one of those peoples that are creeped out just by the sheer aesthetics of this movie? Are you one of those people that just doesn't like the mixture of these two holidays? Or do you worship this movie and love it? I have this music in my head all year round, and I'm humming it all the time. So I love the music. The movie, I really do waffle on it. It's like a battle in my head of if I'm creeped out or if I just love how beautiful it is. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.